My name's Kelly Smith, and I'm with EMW, the Electronic Music Workshop.
My name's Sarah Palermo. I'm also with EMW.
My name's John. I'm with Rent Strike.
My name's Chris Kaminsky, and I'm with ENW as well.
And I'm Edward Stump, and I'm with EMW.
What does punk mean to you guys?
I don't know, my understanding of punk was, and luckily I grew up, my father was a punk rocker, so he always kind of would tell me that, it's not about, what you wear and all that kind of stuff. That it was more of like an aesthetic choice to kind of, do things differently, and then that it's kind of in tune with counterculture type stuff. But punk now sort of seems to have this definition of looking a certain way and writing music a certain way, whereas like my understanding of punk was that it encompassed like, Devo and like some of the quote new wave kind of sounds and stuff like that. That like, it was all punk because it was an attitude, I guess that's what I always equated it with,
What do you guys draw influence from? Whether that's other artists, things around you here locally?
Like Pete Seeger was a huge influence on me throughout my childhood, and then kind of high school when I was kind of like developing kind of my own sense of taste of music was hugely influenced by Pat the Bunny, who's a really popular and very kind of like a seminal folk punk artist.
I've kicked dope lying down for a week on the couch. I've kicked dope
Established a lot of the trends that a lot of folks followed, and then Eric Peterson is another person who is in a band called Mischief Brew. Just kind of the way that they blended a lot of the storytelling aspects of folk with putting some modern twist on it. Another influence like now would be like Jeff Rosenstock. He's done a really good job of kind of encapsulating a lot of that kind of modern experience in music.
I think we'd all be in agreement that Pauline Oliveros has been a big influence on the types of improvisation that we do and the type of listening that we try to do in our exercises, as well as Lynn Gehringer, who is here. She's one of the composers here. She's brought a lot of those improvisational practices into what we do. So that's definitely a huge inspiration.
What is the craziest thing you guys have drawn influence from?
We have this baby doll that I got at a thrift store that we broke into the soundboard of the baby, and we are using it to manipulate the sounds that the baby makes, and that was kind of the first toy that we got to work for this, and it's been kind of the groundwork from which we've done this entire improvisation. So I think that's and this baby has like weird tape over its face for various like light sensitive reasons. It looks like a disaster at this point. So that's that's probably our weirder point of inspiration at this point. Yeah.
The act of sitting down with a laptop or a synthesizer and creating a sound from scratch, it's just really profound. Maybe that sounds a bit hyperbolic, but there's something really beautiful about just wasting all day Saturday, not socializing with anyone in front of a synthesizer, making one single sound that you record like, a few seconds of, and then you move on to the next one, so.
I've toured around the U.S. a lot, so I've played in a lot of places. I really enjoy playing in Lansing. That's probably because I'm from here and like have a really strong tie to like the community here, but this has been a great and supportive place to be kind of rooted. It's pretty cool. I've gotten the chance to like go in and check out the exhibit too. It's like it's pretty radical and like really extensive, and super cool. I'm stoked to be in that environment. I am going to be playing with my washboard player Dakota, and we're just gonna play some songs and be, I guess, try and be honest about it and have fun.
The last rehearsal we had, we were all making sounds, and I was doing tape loops and playing with synthesizers, and I had this big grin on my face the entire time. But sonically, we have these toys that Sarah and Kelly have hacked, and we have this square wave generator, and then I'm going to be doing tape looping. So there's going to be this nice, interesting sort of textural thing that's built up, and then the improvisation will come through just how we begin to manipulate it together, and then we'll communicate, kind of non-verbally in that way. We'll have this like sonic palette that we've all drawn from, and I'm super excited. That last rehearsal was so awesome.
And I think the best improvisations when we're all surprised. It's like, holy crap, this sounds really good.
Wow. I put my radio through the synthesizer, and everyone was like, "You could do that?" I was like, "Yeah, I could do that." And I turned it on and started turning knobs. And
And I hope you can make your radio sound like a lead guitar again.
I know how to do it now. I can consistently do it.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I just have to like have my fingers really wet, which is gross. Anyway, that's too much.